Two Canadian guys trying weird beers.
Okay, I'm Ed. This is my son Zach. We're two Canadian guys trying weird beers.
And today we're going rouge.
We're going rouge.
Rogue. I meant the word is rogue.
We're going rogue, but with a bit of rouge spraying on our cheeks.
Because the guys like that.
Brings all the men to your yard.
What am I supposed to do with all these milkshakes?
Today is an unusual edition of our video because it's 420 today. That's, what is it? That's Stoner Day?
Pretty much the national day for...
Herb that kind of looks like oregano day?
Yeah, National Herb de Provence Day.
Anyway, I think you know what we're talking about here. So, in honor of that day, we've got a special cannabis beer from Mollo. It's called Mollo 10. It's a carbonated cannabis beverage.
Now, we are taking precautions because...
Because of Priscilla over here.
What?
You're such a worrywart.
Of course! You should not mix and match alcohol and weed. Medically, that can be a bit of a problem. So we have...
Really?
Yeah.
Man, do I have tales to tell from my misspent youth.
And that's where I learned not to do it. So in order to make sure that we are doing this as safe and properly as possible, we have combined the weed beer with a non-alcoholic beer.
Ooh.
Do not try this at home. We are we are not professionals. We're just a couple of fucking lunkheads on the internet.
But that makes us professionals.
Like I had heard of like marijuana beer before, but it never really locked in until recently. When you mentioned the idea of it.
Well, I was just curious, and now my curiosity is going to kill me. No, it's not going to kill me. I just may end up wanting to order a couple dozen pizzas.
Oh
but,
no,
you know.
How terrible. What are we going to do with such delicious foods?
Anyway, so we got the beers. Why? Because beer is just the cheeriness, and we're here when you don't want an expert opinion. And that still remains true to this day. But I don't know if there's what the hell's in this? Is there like hops and yeast and stuff? Oh, malted barley extract. So yeah, this is definitely beer-esque, beer adjacent, except it's brewed with the devil's lettuce, the Smokey and the Bandit. Is that what they call it? What do the kids call it nowadays?
I think they just call it weed.
Oh,
you may also hear it referred to as the dank kush.
the what?
I don't know what that means.
The dank kush?
Yes.
I think you hear that on the sets of porn shoots. So I've heard. Okay, somebody want to ring a tell? We got the dank kush.
It's very interesting because they take very special care to make sure that this can't be misconstrued as a regular beer. Which, by the way, another part of the reason why we're doing this is because it is legal in Canada to produce and sell cannabis. Like, this is all above board.
Yeah, we're not being criminals.
But yeah, and so it even comes with like a little plastic, like little safety tab that we had to puzzle box our way out of.
A Government of Canada cannabis seal on it. Store in a cool, dry place. Keep out of reach of children. Well, that goes without saying.
That goes for most liquids.
Wow, this has got 30 calories.
Better update the Weight Watchers sheet.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is not a healthy beer. But,
As opposed to?
The beers that are usually healthy. Well, they make you happy, and happiness is health.
Those beers that are part of your 5 a day.
Don't I wish. But, I got the diabetes, so I can't.
If a lot of that seemed just completely off kilter and out of nowhere, we've never had, or very rarely have, a beer with a list of nutritional facts on it.
Yeah, that never happens. Well, this one has nutritional facts, but that's because the other beer is a light beer.
Well, it's not just a light beer; it's a non-alcoholic beer. Yeah. Would you stop that? This is from Binding-Brauerei.
What?
Binding-Brauerei. Oh, Binding Brewery in in Germany. This is German.
Oh, we've got a German non-alcoholic beer.
It is Clausthaler, crisp and fresh, the German pioneer of North American brews, all natural ingredients.
Well, see, this is becoming very hippie-esque because we got the cannabis beer and we got the all-natural beer with all natural ingredients.
You need to open your mind a little bit.
What? My mind's open. Not so open that my brain falls out, but it's open. It's partially open. It's open a smidge. Because I don't want the elements to get in and wreak havoc on my valuable brain.
So, do you want to start with the non-alcoholic beer? Kind of set the bar for where we're looking at. I've tried to get high a few times in the past. It has never worked.
I remember getting, as the kids say, elevated. Is that what the kids say?
No.
Anywho, at a party, and I ended up staying up late and watching Gorky Park, which is a movie about Russian crime or something. And in my state, I thought it was the greatest movie ever made.
Have you watched it since?
Yeah, it's not very good. I think cannabis can impair your judgment, at least when it comes to movies. Anywho, so what do you want to go with the Clausthaler?
The Clausthaler, yes. Why that pierced my ears so bad? That was really sharp, that can opening.
Oh, it's like your mom sneezes.
She's not even in the video.
I know, but she's around.
There was no reason to put Mom on blast.
No reason at all.
Everyone's favorite drink from Taco Bell, by the way.
Mom's on blast?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just gonna do the whole beer here, right now.
I'd really like to be told some of these things in advance, probably.
Oh, for God's sake, it's a non-alcoholic beer. The only thing it's gonna make you do is want to pee. What the hell is that smell?
It's a little grassy, but okay, it's like wet grass, but in a good way?
No, it's like wet grass in a bad way.
Well, we're just going to have to find some kind of middle ground here.
I smelled as much as I dare to smell. So we should just try it.
All right, let's do it. Okay.
That's not a bad tasting beer for a non-alcoholic beer. I mean, it has no punch. But
yeah, there's zero punch, bite, all the aggressive adjectives to it. It's not terrible.
No, it's actually kind of tasty. I'm shocked.
Because I think because it's non-alcoholic, I think a lot of the earthier notes of the ingredients are able to come forward a lot more.
Okay, so the folks behind the camera have sampled this fine non-alcoholic beverage. One of them says it tastes like Molson's beer out of a stubby. And if for those of you don't know, it was a tiny beer bottle. And that's how all beers, they came in these stubby bottles. They were cute and good and true and easy to carry. And the other person behind the camera says it tastes like mud.
So Molson.
So you've got, oh man, there goes our Molson sponsorship. So mud on one hand, Molson and Stubby on the other. So you got diverging opinions, is what I'm saying.
Stubby Mud.
That used to be my stage name, ladies. Dancing at your table. Hose me down, 'cause I'm all full of mud.
Oh. You know what the irony of this is? I would enjoy this a lot more if I was already drunk.
You know, you can taste the lack of alcohol.
Like it's.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of missing it. I'm kind of missing that little oomph, that little smack.
It's not bad. It's just it's got like that like Heineken twang to it.
No, it's a German beer.
This is definitely very, very close to just tasting like a beer, which I think is a huge step forward from what we've had in the past.
I have to admit, my mind about non-alcoholic beers may be changing. So, yeah, this is actually a very pleasant tasting non-alcoholic beer. One of the few that I've actually kind of liked. The malt barley flavor is really, it's pretty intense. It really tastes like, it reminds me of the beers, the taste of beers I used to have when I was a kid. Well,
It's
when
quite
I was
strong
a kid,
in that.
when I was in my mid to late teens, shall we say. But I wasn't a troublemaker or anything.
Okay.
Should we just do the thing?
I guess so. There's literally no harm in it.
Yeah. It's Sugarino time.
Perfectly fine. Still kind of grassy.
It figures that Germans would come up with like one of the tastier non-alcoholic beers. Well, a lot of it probably has to do with the all natural ingredients. Woo! And so, surprisingly good non-alcoholic beer for our happy Cannabis Fun Day. But before we get to the main guy, palate cleanser. Here for a penny and for a pantaloon. Okay, so now the piece of resistance, the Mollo. It's called Mollo 10. It's a cannabis beer.
God, that's really hard to get off.
Well, safety first. Well, not here, but
It just smells kind of musty. You know what? That looks like what I thought a marijuana beer might look like.
Really?
That is cloudy as fuck.
I was expecting it to be much greener. Don't save any because we're not mixing and matching.
Oh yeah, that's true. Very little carbonation, actually.
It smells like week-old bedding at summer camp.
It smells like a thrift store.
Well, I'm not smelling any of the wacky tobacco. I guess we should just try it.
Yeah. Yep. There it is.
Well, I'm not tasting. Maybe there's a little bit of a weird taste, but it tastes mostly like week-old canapes
Canapes?
or canapes. It depends on what part of France you're from.
Which canapes in particular, sir?
You know, the canapes that taste like this.
Yeah, but all right. Interestingly, that doesn't taste much of anything. As the aroma fills the glass and hits the nose, I do get the smell and the taste of like trying to smoke one up, which is not super pleasant, but maybe if you're into it for the flavor, then,
If you're in it for the flavor, you're going to be sorely disappointed because there's not much flavor to this. Well, I say we chug it.
Oh, God, but there's so much left.
Let's do the thing. Well,
I have so much more than you.
Well, whose fault is that?
I want to say yours, but
it's not.
no.
Okay, let's do it. It's Sugarino time.
Oh.
It's not a good chug. It's not an anything chug, to be honest.
Now, okay. I don't know how much this is. Maybe someone in the comments can let us know. There's a total of 10 milligrams of THC, CBG, and less than 1 milligram of CBD. I don't know how much those amounts equate to. So
they're my favorite letters, though. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling anything. I wonder how long it takes before it's supposed to kick in. Do they say?
I don't think that there's enough in there to
really get us all
to elicit a reaction. No. And in fact, I believe we actually asked at when we purchased this, like is this gonna get something going? And they said, if you do like a can of that, probably not.
Really? So we drank this for nothing?
No, we didn't drink it for nothing. We didn't drink it to get high. We drank it to see what the taste was, and how it compared to like a proper alcoholic beverage.
Yeah, that's why we drank it. Not for any weird effects to our brains. It's a bit of a letdown, I have to admit. Taste-wise, it's nothing. So non-alcoholic beer and barely functional cannabis beer. It leaves us kind of, The taste of this is not enough to make you go back and go, oh yes, I want more of the Mollo 10.
It's
The Clausthaler though,
the
not bad.
the Clausthaler was I think the biggest surprise of this episode.
Yep. Anyway, okay, so the movie roundup comparison review thing that you do, what do you say, what do you know, how do you do, who do you spec?
This could maybe be fun once in a while if you're into it, or if you have more than one and enjoy the taste of it. It might be able to do something for you. But I think outside of a enhanced experience, you might just want to go with something a little more laid back. Let's say, ironically, not bad, but I don't know how good it is outside of an already blitzed experience. That's why these get a Tusk out of 10.
That was a weird, fucked up movie. It was from, what's his name there? What's his name? Mr. Jolly. What's his name? The guy who did
Santa
Clerks.
Claus?
No, that guy who did Clerks and...
I
I can't remember.
Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith, yeah, it's directed by Kevin Smith, and it's a really messed up horror movie.
Yep, it's weird.
Very weird. And it's with this guy and that guy. It's with a bunch of people.
Yep.
So there you go, a Tusk out of 10. I have to admit, I'm overwhelmingly disappointed by this outing.
I'm still glad that we did it though. I'm glad that we went for something different, tried something new.
Yeah, that was our first mistake. I expected at least to see weird lights and stuff like that, but nothing.
I think that we set an expectation of what to taste and experience. I think that we created a wives' tale for ourselves out of this.
A what?
A wives' tale.
A wives' tale?
Yeah. Like don't go to the woods after sundown, or the cannabis beer will get you, children.
I don't know. I think this is going to be one of our shortest videos, and one of our most boring videos.
You're so negative.
If I was a little bit elevated, I wouldn't be so negative.
I don't think that's true even a little bit.
You don't know, and we'll never know based on this. Anyway, well, I just gotta play the sad song. Musically, that's how I feel about this. It's a catastrophe. It's a catastrophe, as they say in the Belle Provence in Quebec.
I'm glad we did it.
But anywho, so there you go. All in all, an incredible letdown. Although this was a tasty non-alcoholic beer.
I don't think it was a letdown at all. I think that we found out some things.
Watch this. In an hour, I'm going to want to devour a bag of cookies. So that's it. I'm fed up. I'm going to go do something else.
Jesus.
I feel like I should go have a real beer after this. Anywho, so I'm Ed. This is my son Zach. We're the Canadian guys trying weird beers.
You want to talk about something?
I just expected more. But I'm sure our fans say that every time they watch one of our videos.